Today we're going to be talking about Esper Midrange. Now, before I built today's deck, MTG Goldfish apparently had Esper Midrange ranked #1 as the most played deck currently in the meta, which is honestly no surprise because it's got a nice build around with Rafine, a 1/4 flyer that allows our team to connive over time. It also has Ward 1, which, you know, can protect itself pretty well when you drop it down. We actually look a little bit different than that deck, though, because we leaned more into the aggro side of things. We've got a lot of creatures that also have abilities tied to them to help control the game throughout. We've got Concealing Curtains. We leaned into the Graveyard Trespasser, Obscure Interceptor play. All of these creatures are very powerful creatures to not only attack our opponent's face with, but they also hit the opponent's hand. You know, they hit the graveyard, and we're also bouncing big spells back to our opponent's hand, like Invoke Despair, hopefully closing out the game with Obscure Interceptor. We've also got things like Swirling Mist and the Spectral Adversary, which can phase out a board of creatures in front of you to help close out a game in the late game, which is very, very powerful. The deck was a lot of fun. The deck was pretty consistent, honestly, pretty competitive. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And at the end of today's video, there will be a full deck breakdown and analysis if you want to stick around for that. And in the meantime, there's a link below for the full deck list. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, it helps out a ton. And it's a free way to help support the channel. With that being said, though, guys, enjoy today's video. We'll see you here at the end. Peace. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. Today we are going to be trying to make some headway back into Mythic here. We dropped down pretty heavily, unfortunately, trying to experiment with a lot of new things, you know, the usual. So we're going to be playing something I think is pretty decent, actually pretty powerful. It's going to be this Esper midrange list. I find that Rafine has been a little bit underlooked here a little bit, and I'm going to try to give it a little bit of love and a little bit of shine today in today's video. So hope you guys enjoy. This should be pretty fun, man. I am gonna go for the Concealing Curtains first, and then I'll play out the Rafine's Tower as a tap land. We will need 4 mana to get out the Obscure at some point in this game. It looks like an Orzhov. I'm sure it's gonna be one of those just grind them to death type of decks here, where the opponent looks to get an Invoke Despair, very similar to Mono Black. Okay, this is a bit of a different look than I anticipated. Wandering Emperor is a problem, though, isn't it? I suppose it's only a problem, though, for a little while because we have the Obscura. I mean, I don't know. That's tough. That's tough, man. Wedding Announcement mixed with you know, the Vampire also draws them a bunch of cards. Gonna be tough. Gonna be a tough little game here. I'm gonna attack in here, though. We're probably going to look to, well, let's see. Let's anticipate our opponent's next play here. I would believe that they're going to play out either this defender. Let's see. Create a bird token of flying. Okay, that's fine. Or they're going to play the Welcoming Vampire. And if that's the case, I am thinking I should probably play out these two and just try to get as much damage in as possible. I don't think the Obscure Interceptor is going to make a play here. I believe they're going to want to flash in the Wandering Emperor after I make an attack. So let's wait until they make their move here. Yep, it's Welcoming Vampire. Fair enough. We had a feeling that might be the case. They do draw a card off of that, which is a bit of a bummer. It's another defender that says until target creature with defender until end of turn, target creature with defender gains haste, can attack as though the defender sign its combat damage equals toughness rather than its power. Got it. All right. All right, we do send the whole team here, trying to get as much damage in as possible. We got it down to 15 currently, so they are a little bit pressed for, you know, life total here. We're trying to be aggressors in this particular matchup. All right, we do lose one of our tenacious underdogs. I could save it here by casting this for 1, but then I lose out on the Intrepid Adversary as a potential play. So I'm going to let the underdog go because it can come back later. Plus, taking out 2 1/1s is actually a pretty high value play there because this thing's going to flip, turning those into 2/2s. So I'm okay with that. All right. Now we bounce this back to their hand, right? Let me just reread this real quick. Whenever it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 bird token with flying for each creature with defender you control. Whenever another creature with defender enters the battlefield, you control, create a bird token. So that is going to create 2 birds, which is a bit of an issue. I think I am going to go for this play now. Ooh, Rafine. Swirling Mist can actually close this game out for us, can't it? All right, I don't think I need to connive to get this any stronger because we actually have the game winning. Well, I forgot about the 1-1 there for the wedding announcement. That's actually a bit of a bummer, but wait, hold on. We can do 1, 2. Yeah, we have enough. Okay. I thought we didn't have enough there for a second, but we do. This will be good enough for game. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3. Submit 0. 1, 2, 3. Pay it up. And we get in for lethal. Let's go, baby. GG's. That was very, very clean. We were able to close out right on the dot there, which is really nice because things were about to start going our opponent's way. I think the longer that game lasted, they had a really good late game with the Wandering Emperor. And to be able to create all these birds to put in front of my creatures too would have been really annoying. So I think that went pretty well. All right, I'm super happy about that first game because we needed to kick things off with a W because we were taking a lot of L's on the ladder recently. So had to kick things off strong. Glad we did. Opening hand here, I go first, but with no blue mana in this opening hand, making things a little awkward to be honest. Yeah, I might have to just mulligan that. Okay, this is a much better hand here. We'll go and keep this. We can turn to make disappear and maybe tempo them out slowly and then get the Rafine in to get some value, which would be great. Make disappear, probably gonna hit. Unfortunately, a tenacious underdog though, or nothing. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We are up against mono black though. We're gonna see a lot of this, unfortunately. Mono black, mono blue, a lot of that stuff. I have been seeing a little bit of things here and there, a little bit differently, but mostly those two. All right, let's go ahead and Rafine all day long. The problem with Rafine here, though, is if they have a Liliana coming down this turn, I'm going to get blown out completely here. It's not, though. It's Evolved Sleeper. Was pretty confident that I wasn't going to see Liliana, and I'm just saying that because I haven't seen a lot of Liliana's lately. It's been a lot of other things going on. I don't know if she's been cut completely. I don't know, but I have not seen her as much. I mean, if they had it, they had it. We had to try. Rafine needs to find us some mana here, so gonna go ahead and send it through here. Let's get the connive down. Obscura is good. I'll take it over the mist, I guess. We'll get the 2 damage in, and then we will probably want to look to Void Rend, or well, actually maybe not, because I mean maybe we got lucky and they just didn't play the Liliana. I'm not sure. Let's play the Graveyard Trespasser as a backup though. Exile the Duress, doesn't really matter. All right, so now we got to be careful though of potentially. Ooh, they're gonna pay the Ward 1 to get rid of it. Okay, we got to be careful for the potential Invoke Despair on the next turn here. Concealing Curtains would be fantastic if I do just find one more land off the top. That would be the most ideal find for us. No blocks, obviously. We let that go through. Didn't find the land, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go ahead and just send this through then. We deal the 3. We got Void Rend, which will hit the Bank Buster if they want to crew that up again. That would be fantastic. And then Spectral Adversary can be flashed in as well. Okay, so they are going to draw a card. They're not going to look to crew. They're probably trying to find that mana. All right, they're sending the whole team. I'll drop the Adversary here. The question is, do I want to block, right? I think I do. Okay, cut down. That's fine. We draw out another spell out of their hand. I'll take it. All right. Fair enough. Another Interceptor, again, with no mana, though, to play anything, which is such a bummer. I mean, we're getting absolutely clobbered by the fact that we can't seem to find a land here. I still think we're in it, though. We're definitely in it. I mean, if we can get an Interceptor down to shut off potentially their Invoke Despair, I mean, that's going to be a huge W for us. All right, they're going to send in 3 damage to us, and they're going to lead back the Evolved Sleeper, which is kind of interesting. I am going to Void Rend it, and then hopefully, like I said, just one more land here. Interceptor stops the Invoke Despair, and we gain a bunch of life. There it is. Perfect. Okay. I feel very confident. we're going to win this. And I'm actually going to go into my graveyard. I don't know why I didn't think to do this last turn, but let's go ahead and gain some life this way as well. All right, get in for the 4. And this should be enough to close it out. Opponent's going to draw a card here. They're still digging for their 5th land drop. We were looking for our 4th. Hopefully they find their 5th, because I actually do want them to commit that Invoke Despair. Nothing, huh? No Invoke Despair. Bummer. All right, well, they're going to have to discard a card. We'll let that ward go through before they find out that it's getting bounced back to their hand. And we will drop the Concealing Curtains here. That way the Obscura gets a little bit bigger. We'll be seeing you. And the Concealing Curtains as well. All right, that's a bit of a bummer, unfortunately. Makes things a little bit more tough to get through here. Do we attack? Do we attack? Because they could block. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be taking out the underdog, whichever way you slice it. So I do think we attack here, especially because we have the 2nd Obscura, right? So let's get this in there. My graveyard, I do have a creature. And we'll say your choice. All right, they crew up. That's fine. I guess that's one way to do it. But they lose the Concealing Curtain, so either way, they lose a body, which is fantastic. And then we Obscura one more time here. Please Invoke Despair. That would be phenomenal. And then that'll be GG. There it is. Perfect. I do need to draw into an actual spell, though, so I can get this connived up to a 4-powered creature, though. Nice. There it is. That actually might be better just to hang on to, so I can, yeah, because I can phase out whatever blocker. Well, no, because I can go for the phase, and then they will crew up in response. So let's go and drop it. All right. All right. GG. There it is. There it is. That was tricky, though. Mono black is a tricky deck to play against to begin with, and on top of that, not finding our land drops when we needed them, that was very, very tough. But good thing we got the W. Let's go. Ooh, that was tricky. That was tricky. I'm still a little mad though about how it went, though. I definitely didn't play ideally in some spots, but it was very minor, I think, and just not finding that mana was just frustrating me and making me play bad, I think. So it is what it is, though. Opening hand here, very good. I do get to go first, which is so huge. Nothing till turn 2 at least, so we will drop the tap land first. Tap land comes in. Tenacious Underdog into Wedding Announcement. Seems fun. Mono blue. Bum bum bum. All right, here we go. This is going to get interesting. This is going to get interesting. I do have Rafine, though, so if you want to have a battle of, like, let's see who can get bigger faster and tempo out quicker, I think we might be able to take that down. Here we go. I wouldn't normally go for Rafine here, but I'm going to because they've only got 1 mana to work with, which means it should resolve. I mean, Syncopate doesn't hit. There's nothing that really hits this in this spot, so that's why I wanted to get aggressive with it. I'd rather lose something down the road later. I don't think Concealing Curtains is going to be that good here, to be honest. So we're going to make this a 4/3 body, really pressuring the opponent here, trying to outpace them, because once these things transform and start coming over the top, it's going to get really tricky. All right, they lose 2 lands and a creature. Very interesting. All right, so they're clearly going to be the typical mono blue deck that we're going to see, like the Hottie Jin and things like that. So we got to be ready for those types of plays. All right. I am worried about this, but I don't think anything worse than it getting bounced is going to happen here. So let's just keep sending everybody through here. We're going to spruce up the Rafine here. And probably this. All right. Rafine's coming through for 2 damage now. 4 for the underdog. I am still afraid when they transform that they're going to be much more viable blockers than they are now. So as of right now, we got to take advantage of what we're given. All right. I think I'm going to play the Spectral Adversary defensively here, or 4, 5, 6, or do I go for the wedding announcement? I don't know. No, I think I played this defensively from any sort of bounce mechanic that may come down, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So I don't think they're going to try to Fading Hope here or anything like that. I think we allow it. But I could also phase out the Delver when they attack, if they decide to attack. I highly doubt they will. But these are definitely going to transform, I would imagine, by now, because they've got to find something off the top here soon. Nothing still. Man, they are having a rough go of it. Mono blue without Delvers transforming. Not so great, huh? All right, so this should get countered. Oh, hold on. What's going on here? Why are you attacking into me? All right. This should get countered, but we do actually get around a make disappear here, which is nice. Wow. Okay. Auto pay. Doesn't matter. And we attack in here. And that should be GG's. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's definitely going to be GG's. All right, nice. I'm actually just shocked that the Spectral Adversary actually landed, to be honest. I really didn't think it was going to. Opponent, though, slip out the back. Yeah, okay, so there's something there. They pay the 1. Yeah, that's tough. Okay. Yeah, I figured something was up their sleeve, but slip out the back. That'll at least save their life for the next turn. I do have another Spectral Adversary, though, so we can kind of rinse repeat the same situation here. And this is a very desperate move. You know, they're giving me a 1/1 counter. It's not built for that type of play. That card is not typically not how you want to be playing that. But yeah, do we go here or do we go here? I think we go Spectral Adversary again. Again, just play it defensively if they want to attack in with the 3/4 flyers, and then or 3/2 flyers. All right, Swirling Mist. That's annoying. That's really annoying, because they're actually going to be able to stop me from getting all of my damage through if they exile all their cards. But I can do the same. Just one, huh? Makes my Spectral Adversary better. All right. They are going to have to basically exile their entire hand here if they're wanting to stop all this damage. Let's go ahead and send everything through, though. And then these are in the air. They trade with these. I'd rather kill this, to be honest. Let's go ahead and send the underdog a little bit of a... give it a little bit of a buff here. Here comes the Mist, though. The Mist is going to target everything and probably discarding and exiling the 2 cards in their hand to do so, giving them 4 targets. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. And then that's a really good card for this matchup. So we'll drop this, going to a 5/4. If I drop this, it'll go to a 6/5, still dying to this. So I was going to say we were just going to drop the wedding announcement here and probably the Soaring City. And then we were going to use the Graveyard Trespasser to start eating up some of that graveyard to make their Haughty Djinn a little bit less powerful and these more expensive. But hey, that'll do it. That's another really good game in the books for us. On to the next one. All right, so the deck is definitely checking out, man. It's definitely doing its job. It's very decent. I still think I'm misplaying a little bit here and there. I'm not used to a lot of these cards. I don't ever play things that phase things out usually. It makes things tricky for me, but I think they're very good in this deck, that's for sure. Spectral Adversary coming in very clutch recently too. Opening hand here, I mean, yikes, this is not good because we don't have a white source. This is better, I think. I think. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. All right, looks like Azorius, maybe Jeskai. I don't know, we'll see. So far, Azorius. Ah, okay. That's gonna get tricky. That's going to get really tricky because they go first. Had they gone second, maybe we have a better shot at this. But because they've gone first, Void Rend is going to have a hard time getting rid of that because of all the slip out the back mechanics and hexproof mechanics that they have. Yep, like those shore ups, man. Yikes. That means that they definitely have another shore up, which means this is irrelevant. We're going to do no blocks. The fact that it can't be countered doesn't exactly help. All right. Let's get that Homestead Courage out of the graveyard here. Homestead Courage. We'll be seeing ya. Man, target creature gets hexproof and on tap it. What a bummer. What a bummer. Well, I'm hoping maybe they jump the gun on that and they send out, yeah, like those things, man. Slip out the back, shore ups. Hopefully they just jump the gun and just use them as more of an attack feature and try to pump up their Virtuoso. And then I will hopefully be able to get a good Void Rend off on it here in the next couple of turns. But no, they actually get a bypass on it, which honestly might end up just closing out the game right here and now. Yep. It sure does. I mean, what can you do, guys? What can you do when your opponent just hits the the game turn 3 winner? I mean, you gotta respect it, right? You gotta respect it. GG's. Nothing we can do on that one. I mean, I think almost any other game in the world, no matter what deck we were running, would have lost to that. On to the next. All right. Yikes, man. Yikes. That was tough. That was tough. Virtuoso is not a creature you ever want to see come down on turn 2, especially going second. That is not fun. All right, so opponent goes first. If we find the mana, this could be a really good situation. If we don't find the mana, we probably just lose. I'm taking a big risk here. We find a land, but it's not the one we needed. Okay, maybe I'm gonna end up regretting this. We have more black mana than anything in the deck because we have more black spells, but are we gonna hit it though? That's the thing. Are we actually gonna be able to hit it? We get a playable card, which is great, but I can't even phase anything out, unfortunately. And it's not even a good blocker to any of these because this gains indestructibility. Yeah, it's gonna get tricky, man. I guess if they enlist here, though, that might be pretty good for us. They don't enlist. Bummer. All right, well, adversary does come in and makes a block on the Guardian. Guardian, though, again, just going to gain indestructibility probably and drop a card here, which does, I mean, open up a good graveyard if we find a black source, that is. I don't know what I'd want to play out if I do find a swamp here. What card would I want to play first? This was definitely a bad keep on my part, I think. This game could have gone a little better, I think, had I mulliganed, but we'll see. Nope, we got it. All right, cool. We're in, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. What to do? I think I'm going to flash the Obscura in here, and then I'll follow it up with Rafine and attack in with the Obscura. Hopefully, conniving and making it into a 5-powered creature, gaining a bunch of life back here. I think that'll be a fine play, to be honest. All right, so the opponent here is going to exile. I think we're fine now. I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. Let's stop here just in case. All right, cool. We're gonna play it out. I did think they were gonna play a spell there, but nothing, huh? That's a definite card that can get out of here. Opponent, though, looks like they might have some sort of response to this, which is making me absolutely nervous right now. All right, Rafine, come on down. I have a feeling that our opponent here is holding on to a Fateful Absence, which would be an absolute crusher. Nothing, huh? Let's go. Okay, we're in. All right. I was nervous there for a second, not gonna lie. Very, very nervous, but the opponent did not have it, so love that. Okay, that's fine. I would imagine they're gonna choose Void Rend. If they don't, I'll let them choose the adversary if they want. I'll bait them with that. If they want to take it because it's my only playable this turn, that's fine. I'll use the Void Rend the following turn. So it's your call. It's your call. See, normally you would want to like flash in the adversary because you don't want them to be able to target it, making it more expensive, not giving you that creature this turn. But I'm willing to give that up in order to keep them off the Void Rend. But no. They don't fall for it. They take the Void Rend anyways. Do they enlist this though? I would imagine they do, right? They do. All right, so we're gonna have to take the damage on this, unfortunately. Or I could flash in the adversary to block and make them discard a card. Yeah, let's do that. Because the enlist is only going to give them more attack, not defense here. So they're still going to be 2 toughness creature, which opens the door for a good block with the spectral, making them have to, discard a card here. I will take that all day. Keep them off of extra cards. I'll trade my adversary for, 1 random card from their deck. I think that's fine. All right. I mean, that's 1 expensive Void Rend, but it does open the door for an attack for our Obscura. So I'm going to take it. I am going to take it. It's a weird opportunity to take, but I'm taking it. All right, here we go. This thing is going to get massive. All right, drop a Rafine and a curtain. Well, make this appear. Actually, make this appear still pretty good here because the opponent only on 3 mana. So that's good. Now, a simple Brutal Cathar, a simple Fateful Absence, something like that could blow us out here with the Obscura, but at least we got ourselves back into this game. It's 21-7 right now. Adeline, that doesn't do the trick, unfortunately, for them. So, if I mean, it does get them wider, and, they dishing out a bunch of damage, but we still have Rafine and Obscura just absolutely grinding it out right now. Looks like they're going to enlist the Sentinel again. If only I had that Make Disappear ready to go that turn, but I had to spend 8 mana to drop a Void Rend. Bonkers. All right, they get a 1/1 out of the deal. They enlist. They scry 2. Let's see if they put me on the top. They go 1 top, 1 bottom like last time. It's a 4/2. Down to 16. No big deal. All right. That's nice. But I think I'm gonna go with the Trespasser here. Can I do both? Well, if I get a land, I can do both. All right, let's attack in here. Send the whole team. Obviously, gain as much life as I could possibly conceive. All right, I'm starting to think this is actually the move here. Because Spectral Adversary can end the game for us, potentially. Let's let's end the game. Let's end the game, ladies and gentlemen. Spectral Adversary coming in for the clutch GGs here. Pre-defensive declarations, so they're taking, they're taking 9 damage. That's a good freaking game right there. That is how you end strong, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's get another one in here, man. That one felt good. Conniving into the Spectral Adversary was so clutch, man. That card, I'm telling you, it's built for this deck. If anything, it's built for this deck. Opening hand here, looking good. We got a turn 2, Make Disappear, and then we can Void Rend on turn 3, and then Interceptor. So we got a really good, shut your thing down and tempo out the game type of a game plan brewing here. But it's mono black, which is making me reconsider here. Never mind, that's a good Make Disappear. I didn't think they'd be playing something like that on turn 2. I thought maybe they'd be playing out a, Tenacious Underdog, which would have really kind of stunk to counter, but this is all fine. Definitely going Rafine. Well, actually, cancel. Do I go Rafine here? We went Rafine last time because we didn't respect the Liliana, but I am gonna actually not play it. I have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling on that Liliana. And plus, if they, you know, pump their Evolve Sleeper, I've got the Void Rend, which is really good. But do I want to go Void Rend or do I want to actually go Spectral? Oh, yeah, actually, I do want to go Void Rend. I'm going to go Void Rend here because when I blow up the Void Rend, turn 4 is looking pretty good with the Obscura. On whatever they, you know, decide to play. And then we'll follow the Obscura with the Rafine. Let's go this and then flash in Obscura to bounce whatever they have, which I'm guessing would be probably Shieldred here on turn 4. Or that's fine. That's a fine bounce. Don't like that. They clearly don't have cut down though, so I'm gonna go ahead and just throw this away. Bounce this back. Rafine. Adversary goes off. I'm sorry, Interceptor goes off. Adversary goes to the graveyard, giving this a little bit of a pump up. And we'll drop another land. End our turn. I mean, we're looking really, really good now, but an Invoke Despair looks like it's in our future. And not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately. I could flash in the Adversary. I guess that's not terrible. It's not a terrible situation, but they do draw a lot of cards, unfortunately. Obviously attack both here. That'll have to do for now. Would love to get these things bigger and bigger, but I gotta hold on to the Void Rend because Void Rend obviously can get rid of, you know, some bad threats that may hit the field. Hopefully we don't get hit with a second Invoke Despair. I've been known to eat a lot of Invoke Despairs in a row. Oh man, they do find a cut down though. That's brutal. I did not expect them to be even running that after we got away with the Interceptor earlier. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, that'll probably end the game there, to be honest. Man, we were looking so good, but we just we've ran out of juice. That's the thing, man. We just ran out of juice. Oh yeah, that's gonna be game, unfortunately. We can Void Rend away the Tenacious Underdog, but I think maybe we just, I don't know. It's got to be the Graveyard Trespasser, right? Yeah. Unless Liliana comes down, that'll be our target. We'll see. We shall see. All right, that's our target. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. All right. Well, we're going to take 3 here and then 6 the following turn. They're gaining life now every turn. Things are not looking super good for your boy here. I'm going to keep the swamp in case they do find like Liliana. I can have something to discard too. Yep, that's going to go ahead and, you know, pump up and get themselves some zombies. Dang, we just ran out of value, guys. We were so close, so close. We're going to just see our last top deck is here. Then that'll decide whether or not we continue. But I don't even think there is anything on our top deck that could possibly save us in this spot. So GG's to the opponent. It is what it is. And on to the next one. All right, and this will conclude the video. Let's go ahead and close this strong and hopefully end on a W, man. I could really use it. We've made some good progress though today. Made some good progress. A lot of wins. Opponent gets to go first. I have a pretty good curve here. I'm hoping this will get the job done. We'll see. Ooh, they're an aggro deck though. Aggro is going to be tricky. This deck was never built with aggro intentions because aggro has not been showcasing itself too often lately. So I've been going a little light on the aggro. We might want to just make some trades with these adversaries, huh? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe, or I could just drop the curtains now, and yeah, let's just drop the curtains. It's a good body to block with, so that'll do. That'll do. Llanowar Loam Speaker. Okay, so this thing gives them mana, and then they can create lands that are creatures. Okay, so we block here, and we're probably gonna Void Rend. Probably gonna Void Rend that thing. We're gonna need some white. And well, this is actually a really good body to block with once I transform it, right? Let's go ahead and transform it. Let's see what's in their hand. Let's see what's in their hand here. Ah, okay. That's fine. No attacks. I dare them to send these through now, you know, with us being able to block so well. They still might though. I mean, I don't think that'd be smart, but they still might. All right, cool. Now we're looking really good because now we can flash in the adversary and phase some stuff out, so we can get a little bit more tricky on the combat phases here when they come through or try to come through. Plus we have Void Rend, so there's a lot of options for us here. What I really not super excited about is the fact that, you know, once they get to the late game, we got to worry about big things like Titan of Industry and stuff. So that's what I'm really not excited about. But this is a very good play here for us. Spectral Adversary comes through and we pump one time. They clearly have something at instant speed here, which makes me nervous. It's a fight spell. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power. Swirling Mist for 1 maybe, or make disappear. Yeah, Swirling Mist for 1. All right. You're dead. You're dead. We take 2. That's fair. I think that's a fair trade. All right, and then end our turn. We're gonna slowly bleed them out of value here. Slowly bleed them out of options. We may need to Void Rend this at some point though. I mean, I am happy though to just keep snapping up their lands as far as killing them for blocks. So I mean, that is not something I'm too upset about. Auto pay this. Phase you out again. And kill you, kill you. Yeah, I think we just Void Rend this away now. And now we have a really good block against the Jewel Thief, so there's not much they can do there. We have a make disappear. I mean, there's no point in us doing that. Jewel Thief comes down. All right. Okay, I was like, that's awesome. Okay, so we could really use anything that's not a land. I mean, that would be fantastic. Anything that's not a land would be great right about now. All right, that'll do. That will do, donkey. That'll do. I mean, it's not ideal, but it'll have to do. All right, cool. They're getting flooded too. Or at least we're, you know, an eye for an eye, a flood for a flood. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3. All right, they're all phased out. We draw another land, by the way, guys, in case we were taking tally here. All right, another make disappear. I mean, it's viable now being able to cast 2 in a row, but let's just keep dealing the damage here and see what we can do. We're playing defensively with the Revealing Eye though, because the Revealing Eye, you know, runs into a double block, and it's not great. I mean, are we going to be able to just tempo them out here with the Spectral Adversary? It looks like it. There's nothing that they can play at instant speed here, but they did draw into something that is playable. I see. They wanted to wait to play this because they wanted to get the counters on it. I don't know if that's the right play or the right call, but hey, I mean, we both got flooded out. Our deck just handled the flood a little bit better than theirs. They got flooded really hard, man. Just like I mean, they had a really good early game though, that we were able to just kind of swim and navigate through. I mean, let's see, 4 cards to their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they've got this and that. Yeah, I mean, pretty even across the board as far as how bad we both got flooded. I feel a little bad though, I can't lie, but I mean, a win's a win, and again, we kind of navigated the beginning of that game pretty well, so I'm pretty happy. But let's go ahead and conclude this with a breakdown. That will conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We are going to break this thing down now and talk about it in full, but before I do so, wanted to give a huge shout out and thank you to everyone who made it this far into the video. It absolutely helps so much with the YouTube algorithm, so thank you for sticking around. Appreciate that watch time, and I'm glad you enjoyed the video enough to do so. That being said, though, let's take a look at today's build, man. Pretty simple idea today. I really just wanted to play Rafine. I was actually not shocked at all after I built this deck in a couple of days past that Esper's actually #1 as far as the most meta shares in the game right now. And it wasn't surprising because this deck actually held its own very, very well. We actually ended up building ours extremely different from the one I saw, though. The one I saw actually had a lot more tempoing out, counter magic type stuff, a lot less creatures. But I like my build a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. It leans more into the aggro side of things, but I thought that would work pretty well with Rafine, and I wasn't wrong. I mean, Rafine plays extremely well with other creatures because you want to be attacking with multiple creatures, making sure that you're conniving a bunch. So things like Wedding Announcement immediately came to mind because it, spawns a lot of creatures, and then the more creatures that I can get, the more attacking I can do, the bigger conniving I can pull off. So that was the next card that I put into the deck, and from there I got aggressive. I wanted to make sure I went with a really good 1-drop. Concealing Curtains made a lot of sense to me because it's a 3/4 menace body. Obviously, you can't attack with it right away, but there is those benefits of, blocking those early aggro decks and then turning it into a 3/4 later to not only make great blocks, but can get through a lot of defenses, the fact that it has menace. And if you can take your opponent's best card out of their hand to shut you down, aka their sweeper, you're in a good spot. And then we followed that with Spectral Adversary and Tenacious Underdog. I knew the Underdog was going to be a no-brainer because it's a very aggressive card and it can be blitzed later for value, but also the Spectral Adversary to me made a lot of sense because there was a lot of times in the late game where we didn't have this card and we just had to get a little bit of damage through, and we just could not pull it off because there was just a little bit too many blockers and we couldn't go wide enough, and we weren't able to close. So Spectral Adversary made a lot of sense to just phase in and not only phase out your opponent's creatures to attack in and win the game with, but also if your opponent is running sweepers, you can phase out very key pieces to your deck like Rafine to hopefully close on the following turn after they try to sweep the board. So it's a very, very powerful card in today's list. Obviously, 3-drop had to have Graveyard Trespasser as well because this card is honestly my worst nightmare right now. Whenever I see this card land for my opponent, I get sick to my stomach. I hate this card so much. But playing it, obviously, it's going to be good. If you get that feeling about a card when you see it hit against you, it's going to be good. This thing beats up on everyone else's Tenacious Underdogs. It also eats up graveyards for mono blue if you can get the resolve. There's a lot of really good things this can do. Also, I've been seeing a little bit more reanimator decks out there. I mean, this card does it all really right now. It's in a good spot. And then Interceptor was a no-brainer because it's a 4-drop and we don't have anything past that, but having an Interceptor makes sense because of the life gain on this thing. If we get late into a game, this thing can bring us back dramatically, especially if it can keep conniving over time with not only itself but also Rafine. This thing can get absolutely massive and have some pretty big life swings, especially because as Flash, it comes in and most of the time you're going to get at least one turn with it. And then from there, we knew we had to have a short game, right? We're trying to win the game as quickly as possible. So Make Disappear made a lot of sense in this deck because we wanted to make sure we countered things early, fast, get our creatures down, smack them in the face, win the game. So this made a lot of sense in the deck. Also, it can connive and, it can casualty away like, a token from the Wedding Announcement to hit twice in the late game. Void Rend is too good not to have an Esper build right now because it can hit mono blue things that typically want to look to counter to protect their creatures. Void Rend is a great removal tool because it cannot be countered and it gets through those ward mechanics as well. We've also got a splash of March of the Swirling Mist. I had to have a little bit of a flex play in here and I really like the way the Spectral Adversary played out, but the Swirling Mist is basically that on steroids because we can actually target pretty much everything for almost no mana. 1 mana per creature basically removes everything off the field. It's really, really good. But I enjoyed this one a lot. I hope you guys did as well. Again, we were able to, do some pretty good work there on the ladder with this thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it today. And the videos tomorrow and the next day are going to be insane. Let me just say, they're my 2 most powerful decks I've put together in a while. You're going to see, though, my rank absolutely got tanked tomorrow by playing around with some nonsense all day. But trying to make some fun things happen on the ladder. But unfortunately, Mythic doesn't allow too much fun. So we had to switch to these other 2 decks. But man, oh man, are they powerful. They got me right back into the 90 percentile. So enjoy tomorrow's videos. It's going to be all about enchantments. And then the following deck is going to be about mono white. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching today. I appreciate that. And before I hop out of here, as always, a huge shout out to the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't know, the Mardu Mob is the membership program here on the channel. I got to give a huge shout out to them for, helping support the channel. It means the absolute world to me. Their names are here on the screen now, and I got to let them know just how much they mean to me. And also, Mardu Mob, we have a box opening video coming soon to you guys for Dominaria. So be on the lookout for that. I'm probably going to be trying to get that done next weekend. when I have a little bit of time. But yeah, guys, I appreciate everything. Thank you so much for everything you do for me, and I can't thank you enough. So with that being said, though, guys, enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another video. Until next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.